Okay, our file name is going to be ep funky townhouse. That is not. That's what we want our file name to be. And then our working directory. I'm going to go ahead and open up mine real quick. Now we want to go back over to the BT tab. Where did it go? I have too many plugins. Well, this is awkward. There we go. And we want to get our read IDF file. Drop that here. Plug the IDF file address in. Grab our IDF to PHP objects, drop that on the canvas, take our zone from earlier, put that in here. Our IDF objects list goes in there. Now if you want to look at that, okay, cool. So let's go ahead and see what we have. We don't have anything. We need to turn write OSM on to create those IDFs that we want. So let's go ahead and throw a Boolean toggle in there, set it to true, write OSM. It's going to think for a moment, and boom. We have all of our cool stuff. Nice. Cool. Okay, so next what we're going to be doing is beginning to set up the PHP. Now let's go ahead and go to our BT tab. Where'd you go? There we are. Grab our create Excel object geometry component and put our PHP objects into that. And now what we're also going to need is our TFA. So what we're going to do initially is find our flar. Go ahead and drop a little brep right here real quick. Now normally, if you can see down here, this is taking the entire floor. Normally what you'd want to do is derate your floor size due to the wall thickness and the likes, but for right now we're just going to hook that up. Over here to our TFA. Now Ed's pretty awesome, and you can either put in a number, you can put in geometry, all sorts of cool stuff. And now if you do it Rhino side, you can set it up over there, but we're not doing that because we're doing some grasshopper shenanigans. Now that we have that, what we're going to want to do is grab our setup from the BT window, drop that down here, and we're going to get our create Excel object setup, drop that here, plug verification, climate, air tightness. Nice. Cool. So we have 15 defined values. So we're going to go ahead and entwine these. PHP geom in the top, PHP setup in the middle. Now we are going to have two of these. Let's check which one's newer. Cool. So what we're going to do is get our PHPP that we're going to use as the host that we're going to copy and create a new PHPP from. So I'm going to go ahead and put a file path in here. Set one existing file. Now the new directory is going to be the folder that we want the new PHPP to go into. So go ahead and select the folder. Put that in there, and then we want to name our new PHPP that we're making. So I'm going to go funky townhouse v1. Nice. Okay, cool. Now to initiate the connection with that, we're going to go ahead and do another Boolean toggle. Put that in run. And now we have our PHPP hooked up, but as you can see, it's blank. So we need one more component, which will be the write to Excel workbook. Excel to Excel, Excel objects there. Now if we take a look, we are good to go. Let's go ahead and look through here real quick. Not terrible, pretty good. Our roof, we could improve that a little bit real quick before we get into further shenanigans. So back over here on the right here is our roof. Let's just go ahead and slap some more insulation in there. Now it's going to air out until we fill it with another one. Let's go ahead and insulation. Let's find, I believe 67 will be roof insulation. Roof insulation. Nope, that was it up there. We have non-residential roof insulation. Roof insulation. Just go ahead and grab 58. Internalize that data, scroll out, scroll in, throw that in 4, and check on our PHPP. Cool, roof's a little better. Let's just leave that for now. You can improve it further if you'd like. Like I said before, everything that I'm doing with this is all going to be pretty arbitrary. So, we have a big plate of spaghetti hooked up to the PHPP. But now what we want to do is get some evolutionary multi-objective optimization and computation shenanigans going. So what we're going to do is find our Wallacei tab. Oh boy. There we go. And we're going to grab this. This is the brain of the operation. And now something cool is if you right click on it, select all sliders. Everything that we labeled WLC with a number gets automatically hooked up into it. Let's make sure we didn't skip anything. Nope, that's everything. Cool. So, as we said earlier, one of our fitness objectives we want to minimize is the heating demand. So what we're going to do is pop back over to the BT tab. grab a Read Excel workbook. Put our Excel in here. And now we're getting all sorts of cool stuff, right? So let's go ahead and figure out which one we want. Heating demand. That'll be another list item. Index 1. Plug that in there. That in there. Now, if we put this in objectives, it's going to error out. Input string was not in the correct format. I know there's probably a good handful of ways to do the following, but the way that I've been doing it recently is go inside, scroll down to where we have return data and text. So what I've been doing is taking the text out, hitting test. Why did you break? Now we have TFA and our TFA. So what I have to do is define the fields in which we want our stuff from. So on sheets, we want heating demand, which is I-35. So what we're going to do for fields, I-35. And labels, heating demand. And sheets, verification. Boom. We have our heating demand and we have our number. So we're going to pull that list item back out. And our list index is 1. Pull that item and put that into objectives. And we're happy. Now, Wallacei is going to automatically try to minimize any objectives you input into it unless you take a toggle and label it to VLC. I think it might just be maximize. No, it's, yep, WLC maximize. But we want to minimize it, so we're not going to do that. Let's go ahead and get rid of that toggle real quick. So we have that objective to minimize, and now we want to go grab all of our cost information that we put together. So over here where the walls are, let's go ahead and, oh, but wait, we need the geom. So we have these honeybee surfaces, and they're all coming out of these. Well, these three. These two are going to there, these two are going to there. So let's go ahead and put mass area. We're going to do area first. Put that into there. And this one into here. So we have those two, and now we want to grab these two as well. That one. That one. Now we have our area for locally defined values. We're going to mass addition. Check our results. Cool. Now we're going to do multiplication. That into there. That into there. And let's go ahead and just do a little data. So we're going to go ahead and go along and grab the cost information from everywhere. So we're going to do that again for this. Go up here to our glazing surfaces, actually. Window surfaces, perfect. Do that again. Area, window surfaces, mass, addition, results, one number. Nice. So we're going to go ahead and multiply that again. Add that into there. Sorry for the big mess, but it is what it is. Again, bring this up here. And we're going to grab our cost for our ERVs, and we can just mass addition this with this. We're going to want to flatten that otherwise. Yep. Flatten. We have one value. So let's go ahead and zip that down here. Add this to our objectives, and let's label them. Cost, heating, demand. I want to do a couple more things. Now for this data input, it's the data that we want saved for every solution in the population. So I want to know what the heating demand is for every solution, and also what the cost is for every solution. So we're going to go ahead and put those in there. Now I'm going to take a cut real quick, and then we'll get into running the sim.